We're talking about. I have it. Where's her strict for, none of it.
Can't really argue.
2 items. And now they're like, there's the resolution, there's the resolutions and we wrote the script for those.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now the one for the board election and.
Oh, okay.
Big.
Big.
Yeah, I did. Thank you.
My dog was.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I leave. It's for resolutions. Not staff resolutions.
Got it. All right, good evening, everybody. I'd like to call this meeting to order in open session and welcome to this evening's hybrid Board of Trustees meeting being held both in person and virtually. This meeting has been made accessible to members of the public on the link to the Moreland School District website, as well as on board docs. Any person who requires accommodations to access the meeting has been asked to contact the superintendent's office within 24 hours of this meeting. This meeting is being recorded and may be published online at a later date. Let's start with the flag salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'll report out there was no action taken in closed session this evening. And move to approval of tonight's agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda. Now, second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Comments from the public, Shelley.
Members of the public may address the board on any subject of concern to you, including those not on tonight's agenda. However, provision of the Brown Act precludes any action as an unagendized item. No response is required or permitted from the board or district staff, and as already stated, no action can be taken. The board, however, may instruct the superintendent to follow up, which may or may not include placing the item on a future meeting's agenda. If you would like to address the board this evening, please complete the blue public comment card within the first 15 minutes of the board meeting being called to order in public session. On the card, please list agenda items you would like to speak to. If your comments do not pertain to an agendized item, please write public comment. When your name is called, please come to the podium and state your name and the organization that you are representing. Comments are limited to 3 minutes per board governance manual. And I do not believe we have any public comments today. Do you not?
Okay. Moving right along. Superintendent's report, Dr. Codd.
Well, summer school is off to a great start at Payne. So we've got about 310 students in grades K-8 attending each day. We also have morning care that starts at 7 and after school enrichment options that go until 4, including Lego robotics, flag football, dance, art, music, and coding. We have special events each week in the library, and summer school runs through July 11th. So Tracy and her team have done a tremendous job on that. MOT construction projects are underway. So phase 1 of the district-wide perimeter fencing project is going on right now. That includes all of the fencing and concrete work in front of the offices and drop-off areas. Demolition is already complete at Baker, Country Lane, and EDS. Construction is nearing completion at Latimer and MMS. Demolition started last week at Anderson, and work at Payne will start soon as summer school ends. Phase 2 includes the actual perimeter fencing, and that will start August 12th and run through the end of the year, the calendar year. And we definitely won't be doing that on the first day of school. So we'll take a little break to make sure that everyone can get to school. And then we do plan, we've been putting a communication plan together to make sure that our neighbors are well informed and understand what's happening along the way. So we've been working as a team on that. I think there's include some door knocking perhaps, and some flyers and things. So there are several other projects that are also going on this summer. So new HVAC units will be installed in 7 classrooms, a library, and the MU building at Payne, starting on July 12th. That should be completed before school starts. And the community center gym wood floor will be resurfaced starting on July 1 and takes about 4 weeks to complete. So we had teams from Latimer and MMS recently. I think it was about 20 individuals total went to the AVID conference in San Diego. Staff came back excited to implement what they learned. So Avid is a gap closing strategy that provides teachers tools for providing more effective approaches to engage students. It focuses on building a college preparatory mindset. So if you remember, we had students from the Latimer Avid come and present their experience. So next year, instead of it just being an elective, both Latimer and MMS plan on rolling it out school-wide so that all of the teachers are learning the strategies and incorporating them into their classroom instruction. Our public information officer recently attended the social media training hosted by Santa Clara County Office of Ed. So the day included tips and tricks to improve community engagement. The county is also paying for a year membership so that Moreland can continue to grow as we work best to communicate to our community through multiple modes. And then our Chief of Technology, Juancho Fernando, is currently attending the Secured Ed K-12 conference in Sacramento, learn about all the cybersecurity challenges and how to safeguard education in the digital age. He loves that topic. So this is the last board meeting of the 23-24 school year. We do not plan on having July meetings. They're on the calendar. If there's some emergency, we'll let you know, but we don't plan on attending, so neither should you. We're excited about what's coming up. Just want to make sure you know that the Welcome Back breakfast is on Monday, August 12th. Yep. However, this is Destiny's last board meeting. So she's officially taking a leave. So this isn't a forever goodbye. But it does not feel right to have a proper, without having like a proper thank you as we close out the year. I'm not going to sing a song, so don't say that. And I'm not putting on a play or anything like that, but I just want to let you know that it has been such an honor to work alongside you and learn from you. You have, I'm not gonna look at her. She has really influenced generations of students and educators after her 24 years in this district. Her knowledge and inner workings of the district, the state, the federal requirements, the special education, the curriculum instruction, professional development, leadership development is really unmatched. She is top tier educator, outstanding in every way. You will be missed tremendously. Sometimes in life, we have to choose ourselves over others, and we are proud of you that you have chosen yourself, and we support you in this endeavor. And so we just want a little hard to say thank you and some flowers to show you how much we appreciate you. Thank you. And that actually concludes my remarks.
All right, board members' communications.
I just want to say thank you, Destiny, for everything. When I joined the board, there are some aspects of running a school district that I had some idea, like I can understand some parts of a budget, eventually can convert into a whole lot. But the education part of it is a completely new book to me. So every time you do a presentation, I walk away a little bit more understanding of why I'm here. So thank you for everything that you do. Thank you.
I just want to say thank you, Destiny. I wrote it in the card, but I feel like you're such a bright sunshine. And every time I come, I don't know, it's just that's I get.
An interpretation, yeah.
That's how I feel when I'm talking to you, and just I feel like you are one of the people that make Moreland really feel home for me the past 4 years now, and so I'm going to really miss you. And I also just want to say I hope this next year brings, who knows, but good things and rest. And yeah.
Yeah, I'll continue it. Destiny, I've worked with you now a number of years, and I think you embody what we aspire to do here, which is to keep kids first. In every decision, in every opportunity, I think you have done everything you could do. You've left it all in the field, if you will, to say, what would improve the lives of our students and teachers and staff. And so, I've really proud of the work that you've done, really appreciative of the influence you've had on us as a leadership team, students in the classroom, and teachers in the classroom. And so I'm very hopeful for you and super appreciative of the work. And, I can't think of something you could have done or should have done, or just really appreciate all that you poured into this. So thank you.
And I'll continue with my thanks. I think back over my time on the board and how much things have changed. How many documents are now different and everything's different than it was when I started. And we've been very blessed to have you in your leadership position. And so thank you for all that you've done. Thank you for all of the influences that you've had, and wish you the very best.
Thank you.
And yes, Bright Sunshine was my second. She stole the word. I don't know this.
You wrote it down too.
I did.
What you're right, sunshine.
It rhymes with dower. That's what it was.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
All right. On to action and discussion items. Resolution 16, 2023-2024, order of elections, specification of the election order and consolidation request. This election year, the Moreland School District will have 2 open board positions. In years past, the district is required to file with the Santa Clara County Registrar of Voters and board adopted resolution order of election specifications of the election order and consolidation. This resolution states that the Moreland School District calls for an election to be held on November 5th, 2024, and requests that the Board of Supervisors of Santa Clara County consolidate the election with the statewide election and to conduct the election in the manner described in section 10418 of the Elections Code of the State of California. This also allows for the timely compliance with publication deadlines.
Oh. If you memorized that, didn't you?
I did. Wrote that all myself. Thank you to staff.
Yeah, thank
Well, thank you to Shira and Shelley for agreeing to continue to pursue hopefully being elected here. I would love to submit a motion to approve resolution 16-23-24 order of election.
And I'll second it.
Yay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. On to resolution 17, 2023-2024, calling for a November 5th, 2024 election to replace education and local control parcel tax. Resolution 17, 2023-2024 states that the board proposes to renew the existing voter approved levy of the quality education and local control parcel tax at a continued rate of $142 per parcel per year to provide stable local funding to attract and retain highly qualified teachers, strengthen strong innovative reading, math, and science programs, provide innovative programs in science, technology, engineering, and math, maintain art, music, and performing arts programs, and keep school libraries open. The proceeds of the quality education and local control parcel tax will not be used for administrator salaries, benefits, or pensions. Are there any questions on resolution 17?
Nope. All right, I'll put in a motion to approve resolution number 17.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Moving right along. Adoption of the 24-25 Moreland School District budget.
So 2 weeks ago, we presented the 24-25. There have been no changes to it since. So tonight it is recommended the adopt budget for fiscal year 2024-25.
Thank you. Any questions or comments on the budget?
No comments on the budget itself, but in terms of like timeline, when are we expecting a revise from Sacramento?
So we've heard what the legislature and the governor have agreed to. A lot of the changes are more programmatic
Okay,
away from Prop 98, other than, a couple of deferrals that are going to start, I believe, this month in 23-24. So it's the cash deferral going from June to July for 2 years. And then he's eliminating, the facility grant funding for state preschool TK, which was like $500 million that he had included in the budget. And then other, categorical programs, he's just, funding in future years instead.
got it. So if it causes material change to the budget,
We would have 45,
you reapprove it, right?
correct.
Okay,
Do not foresee that happening.
thank you. No other questions.
We do have a motion to approve.
I'll put in a motion to approve the 2024-2025 Mortland District budget.
I will second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries on to 24-25. Cap.
So 2 weeks ago, when the budget was presented, we also presented the LCAP and had our public hearing. Since then, there has been no changes of any material differences, and so we are asking that it is approved for 24-25.
Perfect. Any questions or comments on the LCAP?
Always amazes me about the amount of detail that goes into this.
Wow, all 200 pages. Yes, it's a
You're gonna miss it.
beast.
You will.
I will.
I know. I know. A tear will be shed for Cat next year as you watch somebody else. And then I measure a motion to approve 24-25 local control accountability plan.
And I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
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 On to Prop 28, Arts and Music in Schools Funding Annual Report 23-24.
So this is, Prop 20 is new, as we've discussed before. There will be an annual report at the end of every school year on our expenditures. And so this report here is showing that we did not expend any funds for this school year. And we did not do so. This was our first year of funding. There were a lot of questions going into this school year about the auditing and the requirements, considering that 80% has to be used for salaries of either classified or certificated employees. And so we were kind of waiting to make sure we had all of the information correct, which landed us kind of like mid-year. Knowing that we can roll the funds for 2 consecutive years, we decided to wait until the spring to really work with our site administrators to see what we could do with these funds. And a lot of it had to do with hiring. As you saw with the expenditure amount, most of the schools do not have enough funding to actually hire a teacher on their own. And so what we looked at was we worked with our union to create a art support teacher, which is more in line with the intervention teacher. It's a different level of responsibility, work year, etc. That was really more in alignment with the funding that some of our schools are receiving. And so as such, this spring, they've been interviewing and hiring, and some have chosen to hire certificated teachers and some have chosen classified staff, all really kind of going off and enhancing current programs. Art Vista, their art room, and really kind of trying to provide some more structure around their art education. So they all have a plan, as you saw in the Friday report, moving forward for next year. And then it'll be good at about mid-year next year to kind of reevaluate, see how much impact they've had this year with the current staffing, and also look to see how they could also spend the funds, because it is going to be an ongoing funding source as long as we know. So we'll review that and make plans. Every year they'll make a plan for the following year.
Really appreciated that being in the Friday report, and it was exciting to read.
Yeah, more arts.
More arts. Any questions or comments?
Yeah, the question, so the hiring that started for the classified, you said they start when the school year starts in 2024.
Yeah.
So, which is why, and the budget, because we didn't spend anything, we didn't really lose anything. We just.
Correct. It'll roll over for 2 years. So they have some additional funding for the next 2 years that they can try to see how different ways they can even add on to their current budget expenditures. Coming year.
Second. I'll make a motion to approve Prop 28 annual report.
And I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
On to 24-25 contract for Rhythm and Moves.
So this is our annual contract for Rhythm and Moves. The one difference this year is that you'll see an increase that is due to our expansion of full day kindergarten. So with kindergarten rolling out full day next year, which is very exciting, at the negotiation table, they did negotiate preps for kindergarten. And so they're going to get the 2 50-minute preps like grades 1 through 3 get, but they're also going to get the every other week prep like 4th and 5th grade get.
Okay.
So, and most of that prep time is gonna be provided by Rhythm and Moves. The only schools that have a split between Rhythm and Moves and Performing Arts is Country Lane and EDS, who have their 1st grade classrooms have a PE prep and a Performing Arts prep. And so they wanted their kindergarten to mimic that same schedule. But the majority of the preps are gonna be covered by.
Great.
How much was the increase?
About $150,000.
Um,
We are still under what we would need to provide for our own set of PE teachers at the elementary level.
I was just curious about line item 8, which is time is of the essence. Is that just standard language? I was curious. I've seen time is of the essence in signatures. I've seen. I'm like, I don't know, I've never seen that before.
Line at, it's like number 8 in the, in the Rhythm and Moves contract.
Contract.
Oh, yeah.
They're very passionate about their.
I can't go there like.
Any other-
Split it, I'll make a motion to. Motion to the Rhythm and Moves contract for 2024. 2024.
All in favor?
Aye.
Right.
On to 24-25 advancing literacy contract.
Contract next year for our professional development for all of our elementary teachers, as well as our middle school ELA teachers. And we are gonna follow a similar model that we found to be successful this year with our guided reading training, where every site will have a consultant. They will provide demonstration lessons at the site in our own teachers' classrooms, and they will debrief those lessons with the teachers. And then those consultants will also run all of our district collaboration meetings throughout the school year. And the one added component this year is we're gonna have a consultant working directly with the principals to do their walkthroughs at their school sites on Wednesdays. So it won't be with the teachers, but they'll be helping us with the coaching, feedback cycle that we've been doing work on this year. And then they will also have on Wednesday, when the teachers are meeting with their in their training groups, they'll be meeting as site administrators, and they will have a training session for their own on the same topic, but from the administrative lens, what they should be seeing in practice for writing instruction. So we're very excited this next year.
Yeah. It is exciting. Any questions, comments? Hearing none, do I have a motion to approve?
I put in a motion to approve the 24-25 advancing literacy contract.
And a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
On to assignment of administrators for 24-25 school year.
Well, I am very excited to bring in this slate of new site administrators that we have at our school sites for next year. We had a chance to even glance at the names and kind of see the configuration, and we're looking forward to meeting all of them and coming together as a team and our leadership retreat right before school starts. But we do have this approved now, and then Tasha will be coming to you with the evaluators approving who is evaluating, which includes the site administrators as well as some of the district administrators that are certified, certificated evaluators. So she'll be doing that at our first meeting in August. But we do this now just to kind of lay the groundwork. We also announced at the school sites, they announced the teaching staff, but this is a process that we go through for the administrators. So if you would, we ask that you would approve this.
Thank you.
A lot of people in motion.
Yeah. Sorry, 2024, 2025.
I'd submit a motion to approve the assignment of administrators for 24-25 school.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Contract amendment for Clifford Moss.
So in October, we brought forward a contract to you in the amount of 105,000 for Clifford Moss, who's a consultant that's been working with us on our parcel tax renewal. The amount included their monthly professional service fee, but also an additional amount for their other services, their other expenses, their mailers, their videos, ads, and so forth. We underprojected on that part of the contract. And so this amendment is our estimate of the shortage of that 105 to carry us through, I believe, August, which is where the district funding cuts off and then our fundraising kicks in.
So just my other question is, so really, we think we're gonna spend $185,000 in total for this
Yes.
body of work?
Inclusive of the videos that they've done, the mailers, the online ads, the surveys. That's part of the 185.
And how much do we think that we'll need to raise separately? How much for the ongoing work? Because this is considerably more than what we thought, so I'm worried about,
The campaign,
yeah,
I think the target is around $80,000.
I think so.
but that hasn't been changed, is my point, as a reflection of this increase.
It has,
Should it?
I don't
know.
I don't know.
We ended up doing the second mailer. Those mailers are really costly. I think that was like the bulk of with the postage and the printing and the graphic design and all that. That took a lot more. We can find out, I mean, we'll find out what we
I
need for
just,
the campaign.
like, it's a big delta.
Yeah.
It's uncommon for us to have that large of a delta, and I know when it comes to fundraising, we are limited in our capacity as a community already. And so if it really was $160,000, if we're as far off on that, then I'm concerned about our ability to do it. So,
For the campaign portion.
yeah,
Yeah.
if there's an overflow to this should influence that, I'd like to know. And I don't mean that's a request on mine. I don't know if it feels the same, but
I mean, I think, do we have an estimate? Obviously, costs have changed, inflation, etc. But do we have how much it was in previous attempts? Just as
I'd have to go back and check with the previous.
just to kind of get if it was this prior, and then this was what fundraising was, we'll get an idea of the Browns Point how off might be.
I think Dr. Cod is right, though, that the bulk of it, if I understand from the last meeting, was in additional mailers.
Okay, so we're done with that, the most expensive part.
Yeah, there's one more informational mailer to go out.
on this contract or
Yes.
under the contract that we will need for.
Under this.
For this,
I believe we're trying to get as much done under this contract as we can before it switches over to the campaign.
Anyways, I thank you. I don't have any further questions. I will submit a motion to approve the contract amendment for Clifford Moss.
in a second,
I'll second it.
all in favor, say aye. Aye. Contract to 3S Security.
So on May 17, 2024, the district advertised for security guard services to provide roving foot patrol to all district properties, as well as to perform miscellaneous security services as needed. Advertisements was posted in 3 virtual clan rooms and advertised in 2 local newspapers, San Jose Mercury and the Daily Journal San Jose Record. We received 3 bids on June 7th. 3S Security was selected to be the firm who will provide the best value for the services. I take you back a few years, 3 to 4 years ago. What we were doing those 3 years ago, we were requesting our security patrol to do 3 nights a week for services. And that entailed in doing foot patrol on all of our sites from early evening all the way to 1 p.m. The guards visited each site, roughly about 3 to 4 times, a shift. They entered the site, checked all doors and gates, and escorted people out. The last 3 years, past 3 years, we've been requesting more services for our guards. Let's see. Anderson stationary guards, we were having a lot of difficulty with people just constantly being there. Basically, as soon as school ends, they were there. So we had a stationary guard there to alleviate that pressure. We were getting broken glass and cans and people on roofs and so forth. So we had to have services there. We also had some issues with our bus riders, and so we had some security guards escort and ride a couple of our buses from one school to the drop-off area, so that helped sleep. And the other location that helped was at MMS during the lunch break all the way through the end of school. Guards were there helping district personnel or site administration with just watching the grounds and just being 2 separate eyeballs out there. So this new contract includes all of that. You know, we were just growing, our budget was just growing every year, $3, $200,000. So we decided to go out to bid this year to get a competitive bid. And 3S Security came in with providing the best service. And that includes price, familiarity with district personnel that they were going to provide, and experience dealing with what we're asking. So with that, we are requesting that the board approve 3S Security for a 3-year contract, which year 1 is $475,000, year 2 is $475,000, year 3 is $489,250. So then that adds up to about $1.43 million for 3 years.
How much are we spending this year?
This year we spent about 515. I wrote it down. I didn't bring it, but it was a little bit over $500,000.
Are we getting, you said currently they patrol 3 times a week,
Correct.
3 nights a week. These guys maintain that same level of?
No, this year, I'm sorry, I missed that part. This year, 6 days a week.
Okay.
For a shorter period from 8 o'clock to 2 p.m. instead of 6 o'clock to 1 p.m. And then all these other services, the MMS midday security, the bus patrol, sports, and any other, graduation. We have the merit graduation, and then there's an allowance in this contract to just as needed. We might need hopefully I think we're at a point at Anderson where we don't need the stationary patrol, so we're going to kind of test that right now and see if we can get away from that. But we do have an allowance in case something like that happens. That we can just call these guys. So,
but the hours are during the day, not overnight.
They're the foot patrol.
It's 1 p.m. or 1 a.m.
1 a.m.
1 a.m.
1 a.m.
8 p.m. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's what I was like. 1
I'm
a.m.
sorry. It's from 8 p.m.
p.m. to 1 a.m.
to 1 a.m.
Got it. Okay.
In the contract, it says 6 days a week or 7 hours, 9 p.m. to 4 p.m. So just want to highlight that.
If I did that, I would really say.
Yeah, just wanted to just flag that for you in the proposal.
In the contract, this is,
Yeah.
I'll make the correction. So it's The foot patrol is from 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. We're changing the, those are the hours. 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. is the security. Right, so 6 days a night.
Okay.
Any other questions?
And you mentioned, oh yeah, couple questions. One, does the sites include the district office?
Yeah.
The DO.
include all of our sites.
So the DO, the bus depot,
Exactly.
especially the sites where we've had issues with.
Correct.
Okay. And then you mentioned that 3S has familiarity with Moreland.
Yes,
Did we do work with them?
they're
or-
currently our security company right now.
Okay, yeah. Why'd they agree to something more for less?
That's what happens in competitive bidding.
Okay, all right. It's good, but that's curious. Those are the questions that I have. Thank you.
Anyone else? Hearing none, do I have a motion?
I submit a motion to award the contract to 3S Security.
And a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Thank you. On to superintendent's contract for the 24, 25, 26, 27 school years. We do have an updated contract that we have all seen and we will post. It goes without saying that we're very pleased to have you as our superintendent and very excited to continue. Thank you. Any questions or comments on?
No, I guess there's a comment because I'm gonna say something, so I have nothing to say. Oh, wait, let me start talking. No, I think it's important to know that we're a unified government body, that we really put students first. We believe you lead in that example. We want to continue that as we continue to push the district forward. We think you're a demonstrated excellent leader in that, and we, especially in time when we're doing all these leadership changes, we really appreciate the stability of you in the seat that you're in. And how you will lead this team through these changes that I think are ultimately hard just because they're changes, but they're great for lots of people to get exposure to new things and new ideas and new people within that team. And so thank you very much for the work. And thank you that this is as easy a process as it is, because I think it's a reflection of the general health of the people that are coming to the table. And so thank you for the work.
Before Shelley says that, I also think that you're a ray of sunshine.
No, I was just giving you.
Why should you get the Ray of Sunshine Award?
There's nobody that expects.
Say that.
Shoot. No.
Of the world.
Of the world,
Yes, I think that comment is more a reflection of you, of your sunshine. Your positivity,
It's a good thing.
Well,
absolutely good.
I'll just say I'm really proud to be the superintendent of Portland School District and love working with our team. And you all are the best board I've ever seen. You allow, I've told you this before, but you allow us to do the work and implement the strategies that as educators, we know can make a difference for kids. And that is so important for superintendents. And it is an anomaly and it's special. So I'm thankful to be here.
Very nice. Do I have a motion to approve?
Could it submit a motion to approve the superintendent's contract for the 24-25 through the 26-27 school years?
And I will second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, on to the consent. Any questions or comments on tonight's consent? Hearing none, do I have a motion to approve?
Submit a motion to approve the consent items in aggregate.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Future meeting dates?
Just want to remind you, August 1st will be our barbecue lunch leadership. What is the new teacher orientation? I'm trying to, I was looking on my calendar, just want to make sure you just kind of pop it in your head.
It was in the Friday report.
It was
August 8th.
August 8th,
That sounds,
and then August 12th is the breakfast.
And none of this changed from what you,
None of those have changed. I just kind of reminding.
August,
I have August 1st is the barbecue, the leadership barbecue.
Thursday.
Thursday, we changed it to Thursday so that Heather could go on.
Vacation.
yes.
Was
Yeah.
Brian there when we made that change?
Yeah, no,
Oh, okay.
I actually just missed it because I assumed she wasn't going on vacation. All right, that is new. Is that?
I thought we talked about 11:30 because
Yeah.
of some work
It's
schedules.
just on the calendar and I know that's.
11:30 to 12:30. And breakfast on the 12th, is it assume around 8:30, 8
It's-
o'clock, 7:45?
Yes. It usually gets over around 8:30.
it's over.
Oh, when does it get over? I don't remember.
8:30.
Yeah, and then it, yeah.
Oh, it starts at 8:30. Starts at 8:30. Plan on a 7:45 to 9.
Are we doing the lunch here at the DO?
The barbecue lunch is gonna be here.
None of my.
Anything else on future meeting dates? Announcements, reminders, requests?
I don't know.
Thank you.
So just before we adjourn, I want to express our thanks to staff for helping and making everything run so smoothly and everything that you do for students and for us as trustees. We really appreciate all of you.
Yes.
And we are.
Have a wonderful summer. And probably want us to send us a copy.
Yes.
But I.